Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. So today we are going to be reviewing season 13 episode 5 of the Real Housewives of Atlanta. So we start off the episode with Cynthia, and she is at a lingerie shop with Kenya and Latoya. So they're at this lingerie shop, they're having a good time, they're chit-chatting with one another about everything, and Latoya brings up the fact that Kenya sent her a partially nude photo of herself, and the whole thing is very weird. I really think this is a setup for the Strippergate incident. So I think they're trying to set up a situation where we are going to assume that the Strippergate incident is Kenya and Latoya. And I mean, even though we already know who it was now, but I think that was their plan, so that when we did find out who it actually was, then we'd just be like, but I'm not falling for this. I mean, Kenya's one that needs attention. She thrives on attention, so I feel like I don't feel like this is real. I feel like they're both just like, they're gonna butt heads eventually. I don't know if it's gonna be this season, but they will. Kenya brings up the fact that she is upset about being uninvited to Portia's event. I feel like she has already shown why she does not need to be there. If she does not feel that what Portia is doing is legitimate, or what she's doing is genuine, then why go and why be upset about going? She said enough about it. We already know how she feels. We don't need anything else. Can we just take a moment to really think about just look at how slow Cynthia has been this entire episode. Now, Cynthia has never been the brightest crayon in the box. I think we all know that at this point. But I mean, even at the very beginning of the episode with the snake, oh, we got snake traps all around the house, but you're not at your house. You're on the lake down the hill from your home. Why would there not be snakes? And Michael's looking at her like, you okay? And then when they call Candy to ask more information about the event, she said it was a white tie event. I mean, white tie to me sounds like black tie, so I know it's gonna be like formal. And I don't know, this whole episode, she's just been like off. So I don't know if this was a setup to throw them off, but I don't know why they thought Joe Biden would be there. Somebody texted something about Joe Biden, and now they all were thinking that Joe Biden would be there. And of course, Portia thought it as well. You know, when it comes to brain power, Portia and Cynthia are about on the same wavelength. So just throw that out there. They all try on their lingerie. They look cute. They're like going around showing themselves, and they look good. Just Kenya's butt is just so square. Like, she has a SpongeBob butt. Like, I think she did something to get it like lifted or something like that, and it does not look good. Yikes, sis. Now we're headed over to Portia's house. Portia is at home with her sister and her mom, and they're getting ready to sit down and eat and have a conversation about their family history, because Portia is writing a book about her life. And I feel like she's at this point where she's taking a turn, and she's trying to do and be better. So I feel like she's on the cusp of something, but I mean, I guess writing a book is not something that's simple, that happens overnight. So maybe by the time she gets to where she wants to be, she'll be able to add a few extra things on, if that makes any sense. I don't know. But I feel like, yes, she's been through a lot, but there's a lot more to come from what we're seeing here. She reveals that she and her sister Lauren are half sisters, which you can kind of tell something was going on there. And Portia's parents were married and then they got a divorce, and then Portia's dad went and married Lauren's mom, and they had Lauren. So they had two different experiences with their father, because Portia, when her parents split, she was 3 years old, I think she said. And then Lauren pretty much grew up until 10 years old, until she was about 10 years old with her dad constantly in the house. So Portia would come over on the weekends, and Portia's mom and Lauren's mom were amicable with one another. They got along. I'm sure it was hard in the beginning, but for the most part they got along. And then when Lauren was around 10, that's when their father passed away. And you really see Portia getting emotional about not having her father in the home. And she said she doesn't feel like she was missing anything. She didn't know she was missing anything until she started looking at everything when she started writing this book. So it's kind of like peeling back layers and seeing that, wow, that really did have an effect on me, although I wasn't understanding what it was at the time. Do I need to read a book about it? No. But I'll watch the storyline. So we finally get to the engagement party, and Kenya shows up. She actually does look really nice. The party looks cute. I have to admit, it does look nice. I wish we can get like a panoramic view, but I mean, it looks cute. It looks nice. Of course, everybody is running late, and the Biden rumors are buzzing between Portia and Cynthia. So that was weird that Portia FaceTimed Cynthia and was talking about, oh, I'm an hour and a half out, and they don't lock the doors if we don't make it there on time. It just seems like Kenya put in a lot of effort to scare them into getting there on time, and it still didn't work. But I also think that they should have given Cynthia a different time. It would have been hard though. Like, it makes sense that they would have given her a different time, but since she was like it could have been planned out a little bit better. It could have been planned out better, but it was cute. Kudos for trying. Of course, the only one that really makes it there on time is Tanya and Candy by the skin of her teeth. And Cynthia and Mike walk in and they totally pass the ice sculpture. They pass the giant letters saying #chill. They completely miss everything. And they were just like, okay, so you need to go back out and come back in and read everything in the room, read the room. Like, Cynthia's just standing there going, huh? What? I'm telling you, I've said this before. She is not the brightest crayon in the box on a scale from the lightest color to the darkest color. She's about indigo. And what's funny to me is they were really disappointed that Biden was not going to be there. They really thought Biden was going to be at this party. Biden is not interested in the housewives. Well, he was trying to get the black vote, so if he could have been on there, he probably would have. So I guess Cynthia got caught up in the moment and her emotions and decided, you know what, I really want to have bridesmaids. And being that Kenya went through the trouble to put this together for her, Kenya and Candy, she asked them to be bridesmaids. I think Kenya was thinking she was gonna ask her to be the maid of honor, but she was full-blown tears over being asked to be a bridesmaid. I mean, okay, that's her friend. I'm being shady here. That's her friend, so, you know, she was happy, she was excited, so good for her. So they cheers and go on about their business, and Kenya is really throwing the drinks back. And gets on the microphone to say a few words, and you can tell that she has had a couple of drinks. At this point, Kenya is on the mic singing, and Candy just had to come in and take over because she was doing a lot. And I'm sure, like, on the show it didn't look like it was that bad, but I can imagine being in a small room with somebody on a microphone who has had some alcohol and thinking that their voice sounds pretty good. So Kenya gets up and says a few words to Cynthia and Mike, and apologizing again for almost ruining the proposal and saying she hopes that this makes up for it. And of course it does. Like, who would still be upset about that? Like, that was a really sweet gesture that she did. And Portia walks in, and you know, when people come into events and they first get there, everybody's like hugging and stuff, and it's causing a commotion. And Kenya with alcohol, once again, bravo, small space, intoxicated people, enemies. Of course it's gonna be some drama, but Kenya is just annoyed because Portia's causing such a commotion, coming in late. How dare she, talking and being disrespectful. But Latoya walks in even later, an hour and a half late, and she's like, oh, better late than never, girl. So this Kenya and Latoya friendship is just so much to take in, and it just seems like Latoya is really, she's there to give Andy everything he wants, all the drama and all the foolishness. Because what grown woman in their right mind will sit at a dinner table at an engagement party with other women and their spouses and show a picture of your friend partially nude? Well, she was completely nude on the picture, but you know, she was to the side and covering things up. Why would you show that at the table? Either you didn't have any home training, or Andy is in your ear, or the producers are in your ear, or something. Because Candy said it best. She is Kenya on steroids. I wouldn't want her to come to my event. What are you gonna do? Like, she would ask, like, she would come to your house during an event and ask to go to the bathroom, and then go through like your underwear drawer and come out and be like, would you believe I found these? She's a lot. I say that every review, so y'all know this. Kenya basically says that she appreciates the attention that she is getting from Latoya. And Latoya just says like, oh, she's body goals, she's everything, like she looks great, she's this, she's that. And Marlo was just like, this is ridiculous. Because everybody at the table at this point was just like, why are we doing this? And Marlo was like, oh, you gonna get your butt done too? And Kenya, too tipsy to deny the fact, says, oh, shut up. We all knew it. You wouldn't admit to it, but we all knew, girl. We all knew. Kenya, and even more drunkenness. Well, I don't believe she was like fully drunk, but she said she was a lightweight, and it showed. And she was just saying, there's 3 people at the table, I can get it. And basically it came down to Candy, Cynthia, and Latoya. And it's just, at this point, the husbands and the fiancés are like, why are we having this conversation? Then it's at this point where Kenya speaks to Portia, says hello, and asks if she got the gift for Pilar. And Portia says yes, it was a very nice gift. Thank you so much for that. And she says, oh, it would have been nicer if I could have given it to you in person. And you're getting mad at Portia when it really was a surprise party. Her sister was the one who rescinded the invitation, not her. So there's no reason for you to be up in arms with Portia about this because it has nothing to do with Portia. So why are we? But once again, she's too tipsy to. We need to get Kenya drunk more often because she starts spilling everything. I do love though at the end of the when they wrap up the party and Kenya says, "I'm just so happy that she asked me to be my bridesmaid." That was cute, a little throwback shade. And to wrap up the episode, we have Riley leaving to go to school. It was a cute send-off. I have not been here for Candy and her storylines because I think Candy and her family are boring. I feel like she on the show has run her course and I'm ready to let somebody else take that spot. But the send-off for Riley was very cute. I think they did it in a very nice way. I love how they traveled up there. They got the driver and had that nice little van. Like, I want to take a road trip like that. You get a driver and get one of those vans like that. That sounds great. So yes, that was super cute. It was sad to see Ace upset about it, but I understand because when I went off to college, my sisters were pretty young and they didn't understand why I was so excited to go. They were actually upset when I even got my acceptance letter for the school I wanted to go to. But I totally get that, and you know, with the age gap, it's gonna be like that, but they'll get it in time. They'll understand. So that, as simple as it was, wraps up the 5th episode of Real Housewives of Atlanta. I enjoyed the episode. It still wasn't giving me that razzle dazzle I was looking for, but they're doing what they can. But with that being said, that wraps up my review for season 13, episode 5 of the Real Housewives of Atlanta. Be sure to follow me on Instagram at hey_Mrs. Gardner. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel, and I will see you guys next week. Bye.